Welcome in then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you for your questions. Stevie is the subject of the majority of them, as you can imagine, considering what we witnessed today in Paris. Stevie's heart okay?
My heart's all right. I'm a bit tired though. I was on my feet all 90 minutes.
I know.
Yeah.
And your language. Language.
Not ideal. Not ideal.
That was a tough watch, wasn't it?
Craig thought the roof was falling in at one stage as the table was getting banged. Is your hand all right after banging that? It was fine.
I'm used to punching wood on benches.
Oh,
I can handle a little slap.
Did you ever smash the... who did that? Was that Rijkaard for Barcelona? When they smashed the...
Well, I remember...
You've done it.
We played an Open Cup game and we were in... The bench was pure wood,
Right.
solid oak,
Yes.
right? And we're sat there, and I've got the side of it here, and something happened, and I just went like that and turned around. Because normally the benches are the plastic, you know, the plastic
Yes.
see-through.
Yes.
And I completely forgot where I was, and I just turned around with my left hand and smashed this thing. It took me a long time to get over it. I couldn't.
Is Stevie feeling the same way as Real Madrid fans felt in 2022? Their best player was the goalkeeper and somehow they won 1-0. I think Courtois made some big saves.
He did, aye. Yeah, probably.
Well, you haven't won a trophy.
No, exactly. Yeah, it's different. Yeah.
So no.
No.
Craig, what's harder to be effective and or devastating on the counter after being under the amount of threat Liverpool were under all game, or facing the real danger moment 87 minutes in?
All right, grammar is a problem here.
What?
Punctuation.
I tell you what, is it their punctuation or is it you not taking a breath
It's probably me.
asking that question?
Shall we try again? What's harder? To be effective and or devastating on the counter-attack after being under the amount of threat Liverpool were under all game, or facing the first real danger moment as 87 minutes in?
Yeah, you're still the problem.
I'm still none the wiser. Well, it wasn't it? Hold on.
You'd rather have one thing to do in the 90
Hold on,
minutes.
keep that question off.
Right.
Hold on, what's harder to be effective or devastating in the counter? Well, Liverpool weren't. I suppose it was effective. I wouldn't call it devastating. And it wasn't really a counter, was it? It was a launch forward from Alisson.
Right.
And then Nunez battled for it, and I think it was Dembele didn't track.
Do you want me to read it again?
No.
No, you did great, Dan.
No, because I was thinking about calling the grammar police
I think it's
to
probably me.
sort that out. I've no idea because the question's too long. Short questions.
Liverpool's worst performance under Slot or a European away masterclass?
Well, if those are the options, then it's not a European away masterclass.
No.
The first option, I think, is one that we could agree upon, that it certainly was not their best performance. It seemed like their worst performance in Europe, at least.
Stevie, I didn't watch Clements. Between Alisson and Clements, who is the better goalkeeper? And where does Alisson rank for you amongst the all-time greats?
Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. Clements back in the day was your sweeper keeper. I mean,
Right.
he was an extra defender. I think he's probably better at that than Alisson is. And he actually made saves as well. I mean, Alisson's been fantastic, but I think I'm going to go with Clem.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll go with Clem. Clem, actually, him and Alisson are pretty similar because Alisson, you never see Alisson anything other than looking cool and calm. And Clem was the same. He never looked ruffled at all.
We talked about the Manuel Neuer injury just after Musiala scored. In fact, he injured himself by running to the halfway line in celebration.
Did he?
Yeah, so that's why.
He might as well go skiing again.
Yeah, it's another skiing part too. Craig, who had the better performance today, Liverpool or Barca?
Barca.
Barca, yeah.
Like, not even close.
Yeah.
Ali, will you eat your words about Bayern? You had Bayer Leverkusen to go through after a 2-2 draw.
I also had Bayern winning the league, so does that even things out?
No, Ali. No, you were wrong. And this person wants justification as to why you thought you were wrong.
I was wrong.
Yes.
Dan. I apologize to the world. I was wrong. And so was Xabi Alonso.
Oh, wow. Why haven't Leverkusen been able to come anywhere close to their magic last season? We talked about this during the show. Too many changes.
Too many changes, inconsistent performances, haven't defended nearly as well, haven't been able to pressure the ball higher up the field, coaching decisions, the list goes on. And then on top of that is the fact that it must be said that last season, while it was magical as described there were a lot of moments in which the ball bounced their way.
Time.
They were able to take advantage of those bounces that went their way, and that's to their credit. But eventually, you played this game long enough, the bounces start going the opposite direction.
But don't forget though, because Xavi has to rotate.
Oh, Xavi.
And when you do that, it affects the form and the flow of the team. And so when it comes to certain games, somebody who last season might have just been an automatic pick, which seemed like pretty much it was that every week. But then they didn't have Europe.
Yeah, but they did. They made it to Europa League final.
And as I said, what you're doing, when you're bringing players in and out, a lot of the time you're affecting the form. So when you go to pick a side, you're looking at the form of the player, and so sometimes you would make a change.
I think he just ignored you. He just powered through. He powered through.
Why would I listen to him?
Well, you said they did have Europe.
What did you say?
They went to Europa League final, lost to Atalanta.
Why does he have to?
Yeah, but it's a small competition. Forget Europe. Just forget.
Good point, Stevie. Good point.
I didn't listen to you either.
Stevie, is substituting your best player off the pitch because he's been poor or non-existent one of the most difficult decisions for a manager to make?
Well, it depends on the manager. Depends whether he's got.
So obviously this is reference to Salah today.
Yeah. Yeah. No, the manager, a good manager, will do exactly what's best for the team every time, and not think about the individual. And that's what Slot did. So, unless you're a guy who's looking after your
Don
mate,
said it took a lot of guts.
No. At all times as a coach, you do what's best for the team. And if that means the so-called best guy has to come off, then that's what you should do. And if you don't do it, then you're probably not going to be successful if you're making decisions for the wrong reasons.
He took Alexander Arnold off at Villa and brought Conor Bradley on when it was going slightly against him.
Yeah.
It was a big call because actually Alexander Arnold had just scored. And you could consider him one of the big stars there, probably going to go to Real Madrid in the summer. So I don't think he's frightened to take, and it's not the first time that he's taken Mo Salah off. And Salah never looks happy because he's trying to pad his stats. That's what he loves doing, but he just wasn't cutting it, so why not make the change?
For Craig, do you think Inter should be considered amongst the favourites? They've conceded 1 goal in 9 games and have a very well-balanced team.
I think they are, and it's something.
Who are the favourites in your eyes?
I would have said Liverpool, but that kind of shocked me a bit tonight, how easy that was, albeit they got the result. Probably Real Madrid still. Just because of the experience. What are you looking for?
Oh, you were looking up there.
Yeah, was that?
I wonder who the answer was up there.
No, it's Europa League.
I'll say that for tomorrow.
Alonso's rotating players.
Say that for tomorrow.
So we got Real Madrid, where we're Inter on your list. That's my list.
Good list up there.
Like Shaka's power.
It's a lot easier if you have your list in front of you.
We've had this discussion on the show several weeks ago. I do think Inter are a big threat in this competition for the reasons actually mentioned in the tweet. They have a good balance. They can mix and match it. They can fight. They're physical. They've got goal scorers and good defenders. So I think they're going to be in there. Let's not forget last year they shot themselves in the foot. They went out to Atleti, second leg at the Metropolitana. They should have battered them in the San Siro. Arnautovic missed a host of chances. If they get that right, I think they would actually beat. If it goes the way we think it's going to go, I think they'll beat Bayern.
Right.
Because they can do what Bayern can't do. They can defend, and those front guys in that midfield, I think they'll get at that Bayern defence.
They're 6th favourites at the moment, Inter.
Marko Arnautovic just made the show. Which
Yeah, I know.
He was on the bench.
Remember these things.
He was on the bench again.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody wants to play. Well, wait, hold on. Nobody wants to play Inter. No, nobody does. There's a lot about Inter that you like in this sort of competition, but they have to get healthy. And one of the reasons, or one of the concerns going into this matchup against Feyenoord is that the injuries that they've had, would that make a difference? It doesn't make a difference against Feyenoord, but it could make a difference against Bayern Munich.
Stevie, how do you feel when football goes against you?
Can you narrow that down a little bit?
So obviously there are games where you've been outplayed.
Yes.
And you can accept that, I imagine. Oh,
Yes.
You can accept that easier.
Yes.
If PSG were outplayed today, would it be easier for you to accept as a player as opposed to what happened?
Yeah. You can always accept it when the other team have just been better than you.
Yes.
But if you lose because you have been so bad and the opposition haven't been particularly great, that's the most annoying. When you actually lose to a team that aren't very good at all and you've just been rotten.
But that wasn't today's, obviously, scenario.
No.
So how do you feel today?
Oh, you're cloud nine. You've just got
No,
battered.
not Liverpool. If you're PSG, and you've played brilliantly.
Oh, PSG. I didn't understand what you were talking about. I thought you were talking about
Look
me
for
as
it
a-
up there.
I thought you were talking about me
How
as
do
a
you feel
player.
as a player when football goes
Well, I
against
never-
you? We didn't go
Well,
against Liverpool.
I
We're for Liverpool
I
today.
asked you to narrow it down.
Yeah, two
and then you
teams.
asked me how,
Liverpool
and then
and
you asked me
PSG.
how I felt.
I was very clear.
No, you weren't. That's tough to take. That's
Right.
That's
Oh,
called,
let's get through it all.
that's called a
Ding
silent.
ding, round 2.
That's called a silent dressing room.
Yeah.
When nobody knows
Yeah.
what they think or say because
Yes.
they can't believe what happened.
I believe that is it. You know what tomorrow is?
What's that?
The Europa League.
Guess who's not in it?
Stevie will be here along with Shaka to reflect on that. Shaka unveiling his power rankings as well.
what?
Be sure to join us for that.